This is the graph of f of x, and this is the graph of g of x. Now, things that we need to remember is this. F of x and g of x are y values at some x value. The y values. The y values at some x value. And the reason why we use f and g instead of y, because I could say y equal, then I would never know which y I'm talking about. And that's also why on your graphers, whenever it starts dealing with the idea of graphing, and I press the y equal menu, notice it's y sub 1, y sub 2, y sub 3, y sub 4. They use little subscripts to denote the different values. We could have said f, g, h. So what happens is that the function notation helps me name the rule so you know which rule we're talking about. So it's just not y equal. But it is a y value. So that when I look at this thing right here and it says find f composed with g of 5, the notation says in the function f, wherever they have an x, you're going to put g of 5. Now we have to understand what g of 5 is, because we can find it. G of 5 is the y value on the function g at x equal 5. So in other words, it's the other half of this coordinate point. That's what g of 5 is. G of 5 is the other half of that coordinate point. It says if x equals 5, what's g of 5? If x equals 5, what's y? So if I come up here and look at the function g, here's an x value of 5. I come down here, the y value is what? Negative 1. That makes g of 5 negative 1. So what I'm looking for now is f of negative 1. Now, what's f of negative 1? It's the y value on the function f at x equal negative 1. F of negative 1 is a y value, but it is a y value that is attached to the function f. What it's saying is if x equal negative 1, y equal, and that's what I'm looking for. So that means I come back up to the graph. Here's my x equal negative 1. There's the coordinate point on the graph. That gives me a y value of, is it 1? Yes. So that means that f of negative 1 equals, yeah, I will, 1.
do we write out the proper answer?
Well, in this particular, it's asking us for this. What is F composed with G of 5? S composed with G of 5 is 1. I had to first find G of 5. Once I found G of 5, that gave me a value I could plug in to F. Sometimes with these problems, you kind of feel like you're a dog chasing your tail, going round and round and round and round and round. It's like,